Michelle, while we're in the course, why don't we just jump back then to where we were in terms of eliciting the right goals, using the Wheel of Life, understanding stumbling blocks, going through the smarter framework, and then using me as an example and the sort of interactive coaching that I showed on the screen just now with me to talk about my goal of achieving this mountain bike race. And then what I'm going to show up on the screen now was me attempting to use that smarter framework to then go and achieve that goal. So as I pop that up on the screen there, do you want to talk about then me as an example and the sort of smarter elements that I developed to work on that goal, which is coming up for me in May of this year?
Okay. So, so what Peter did is he has set a goal for himself to do the Sani to Sea mountain bike race. It's a 265-kilometer bike race. So you can imagine this is not a little goal that's easy to do. It's something that requires a hell of a lot of preparation and training, and mentally obviously is going to be something that Pete has to work through. So he utilized the smarter framework to set his goal, and started off by saying, so the first one, very specific. He wants to complete the bike race, the Sani to Sea, how he was going to measure it, what actions he needed to take was just to, first of all, just to get all of his cycling gear in good working order, and then just to get cycling. And he spoke about, how he was going to do that in a very specific way from week to week. He then obviously spoke about, whether this was a realistic goal. And he said, sure, it's daunting, but he has, done races before. And it is actually time, for him to start doing it again. So he knows that he's done it before. So it is realistic. He can, it's a possibility. But there were certain resources that he would need to put into place in order to do that. And obviously, so it's training, time that he would need to take out from the family. It was his equipment that he needed to get into good shape. And then obviously he spoke about the time frame. So it's in 3 months' time. And we spoke about breaking down his goal into the level of a daily habit. So in other words, what does he need to do on a daily basis in order to make his goal a reality? And then the review period that he put in place was a weekly review. So he said, after every week, I'm going to evaluate how I've done. On the evaluation side, I can't remember exactly, Pete. What did you say there?
I think as I've got down the whiteboard, just measuring those kilometers per week, to ensure that I was making the right level of progress per day, per week towards that end goal there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, the reward for him was actually a very, very intrinsic reward. That kind of crossing that finish line and knowing that he's done it was sort of topmost in his mind. And then the T-shirt was, what was that? I can't remember.
I guess that's an extrinsic reward because you get a T-shirt when you finish, and I was able to wear that and be able to say, gone there, been there, done that, got the T-shirt, I suppose.
That's right. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so you can see.